Spanglish ba?
Yeah, anything goes. I mostly speak English in case there's people who are tuning in, watching the stream from other countries. But I think mostly we can rest assured that it's mostly Pinoy. It's like checking out what's happening sa nationals. So we are live. We're back here at Beehive in Circuit Makati for the 2023 Boulder Nationals competition. We have we're now awaiting the open men's category to start, and I'm your commentator Beato Bonco, and I have a very special co-host today. One of my favorite climbers to watch on the wall. This is Drew Robles. Could you say hi and introduce yourself a bit, Drew?
Hi, I'm Drew. Well, first of all, I appreciate that. Thank you very much for saying that. I try. Yeah, I've been climbing for like upwards of 20 years now. Somehow I'm still able to do it, even though a lot of the competitors are like half my age. But I mean, as long as it stays fun, and as long as I can still kind of stay up in the ranks, then I'll just keep going.
That's super awesome. I think like that's what's super inspiring. Like watching you out there, like crushing it, totally killing it with people who are like with competitors who are much younger, and you're just like flexing on their problems. It's very inspiring, and I think it's aspirational for those of us who aren't like spring chickens anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the great things about climbing. I mean, a lot of people start later on in life, and then they just get addicted, and they just keep going and going. You never know how far you'll go until you try, right?
That's very true. What drove you to compete again? Because for a while you stopped competing, right?
Yeah, I've actually retired multiple times. And then I don't know, it just keeps calling me back because, first of all, the first Asian Cup in the Philippines, right? So how can I not come back for that? I wasn't in shape or anything, but then I was looking around and like it was I could still kind of keep up. So I just thought, why not try it? It's a once in a lifetime thing. And then after that, medyo, well, pandemic, but medyo tuloy-tuloy na.
That's awesome. So it's the Asian Cup that kind of woke you up,
Yeah, yeah,
huh?
exactly.
So I hope we'll be seeing you regularly during nationals from now on.
Yeah, I hope so too. I mean, cross my fingers as long as I don't get injured or anything. I think I'll keep trying as long as it's fun, like I said. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. That's super great to hear. So a while ago, when the setters were setting the problems for a men's open, I saw you like as kind of going around and touching some of the holds.
Yeah.
Could you say anything about what you think's in store for our competitors?
Well, yeah, it's really interesting. I've never really had a backstage pass to route setting. I've never set in a competition before. So I think the route setters are what's nice about I noticed during this competition, watching the other events, the route setters really adjust the problems on the go. So if you're not familiar with how route setting goes during competitions, they usually set them days in advance, and then they mark them on the wall, they forerun them, and then they record them somehow, maybe take a picture or something, and then strip the wall, and then on the competition day itself, they put the holds back in the proper position, and then it's ready for the competition. But what I noticed during this competition is even in like they adjust the problems. So I guess depending on the level of the climbers, nobody wants to see a competition where nobody tops, or they don't want to see a competition where it's too easy and everybody is able to do all the problems. So I think this particular competition, they're really good about adjusting the routes midway to make sure that it's the right level. Sometimes, of course, it's not always perfect, but at least there's an effort.
Got it. One thing I heard about the way setters also set is they kind of look at the strongest person and they try to make routes that the strongest person would have a bit of trouble doing or might not do.
Yeah.
So there's kind of like the person who sets the bar.
Yeah, interestingly, It's a mix. Sometimes, a lot of the times it's like that. They cater to the strongest climbers, but you also don't want to see like those people who. I guess the crowd's going already. It's hard to hear, but you also.
All right, the crowd is going wild. I will revisit that topic later. So, men's open categories starting in actually right now, and we're about to release the contestants onto the mats. And first up, we have Bonchai Ditay Song, a crowd favorite here. Injured knee, but not injured in spirit. And we have Migo Azupardo, our young gun who's already competing in open. And we have Nino. We have Nino all the way from Japan. You know, he's only been climbing for a year.
Yeah, I heard about that. It's amazing because in Japan the base level is so high that even just 1 year of climbing can give you so much already.
And we have Iso and Puss, Iso Garrido and John Veloria, aka Puss. And lastly, Iman Mora, one of the strongest boulders and longtime competitors in the scene here. So I take it you've been competing against Iman for a very long time, Drew.
Yeah. Iman is actually surprisingly. He told me the other night that he started relatively late. He started when he was 21. I had no idea. So I thought he was a lot younger than me. For all these years, I thought he was a lot younger than me, and we're not actually that far in age.
Iman's around like early 30s or
Early 30s, yeah.
and you are Drew, if you
30,
don't mind.
36.
Ah, that's not. You still have a lot of. But you started climbing, I think, X Games. There's a youth division of X Games for climbing, right?
Yeah, that was my first big competition. It was held in Thailand. During that Thailand, yeah, in Phuket, Thailand. During that time, climbing was still in the X Games. Yeah, so luckily I was able to try it, and then yeah, I ended up winning. So
How old were you when you joined the X Games youth division?
I was 15. I think that was like 1999, something like that.
Ah, so you're like the Migo of ages past.
Yeah, yeah. I think Miko's gonna get a lot stronger than me though.
Well, I think it all comes down to mentorship, right? Like now, he's lucky he's growing up with all these like strong climbers who can mentor him. Well, I'm sure you had mentors too, but now there's a lot more people who are like strong.
Yeah, exactly. The community really builds up the climbers. That's why, like I said earlier, in Japan, the base level is so high. In Singapore now, they're getting stronger and stronger. So it's always good to go out and climb with a bunch of people from other places.
That's true. I totally agree. You can learn a lot from people from other countries like Giak, right? Our head setter right now, Ambrose Giak from Malaysia. And now we have the competitors coming out for viewing. How about you, Drew? When we're at this stage, when you're in this phase of the competition, what goes through your mind?
Um, well, you always try to um, think of how it was meant to be set, meaning how the route setters intended for it to be climbed. But then sometimes you can find little secrets or little clues that maybe you can break the beta, meaning you can do it, you can skip something or you can find an easier way to do it than it was intended.
You typically share beta or talk to the other competitors when you're competing.
Personally, I'm pretty shy, so unless somebody asks me, I don't really, I don't want to impose. Like, I might tell them the wrong thing and then they'll blame me afterwards or something. But I don't mind sharing if somebody asks. Yeah.
So when you're before this is an isolation period, like do your nerves ever get to you, or you're just so used to it that it's like, oh, just another day at the office?
Well, it really depends on the competition, the atmosphere. At national level, yeah, it definitely tends to get to me, especially if it's a final or a semi-final. Uh, Yesterday, I felt really good because I was one of the first climbers out, so I was really fresh, and then there were no expectations, and that's usually the case when you're the first one out.
So it's much harder to kind of be like the last one out because of the psychological pressure of the cheers of people when someone else sends a problem, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then when you're behind in the warm-up area, um, as soon as you get there, almost the stress starts. So it starts building and building and building. So it depends on how well you manage the stress, but to a certain extent, the longer you stay there, the harder it is to um, come out like guns blazing.
Do you have any rituals like maybe have headphones or like meditate or like just climb some random routes on the spray wall before you go out?
Uh, yeah, I used to be a lot stricter about. I used to always have headphones. These days, you're not allowed to bring your cell phone anymore. So I don't. I mean, I don't have a separate MP3 player. I'm not gonna buy one just for that. So, but I used to do that. This time, I just read a book and tried to, not waste any energy. And then, like an hour before my climbing time, I start warming up.
That's awesome. I think your rituals become a lot chiller as you get more experience, and it doesn't become that big of a deal
Yeah.
of nerves anymore. So here we have the competitors looking at M3, which is like everyone's um, kryptonite. I'd say everyone kind of doesn't do that great on the slab.
Yeah, I noticed in competitions here, this wall in particular has a lot, the least or the smallest rate of success. But I think this particular problem might go down pretty easy.
Uh, yeah, I guess it's not as like the other problems that were set were a bit more shuffly. What do you think this one is?
I was actually able to talk to the setters on this one. It's a standard jump to the right. The next hold is pretty positive. It kind of makes you think that that's the crux, but actually the hardest part is the one leg stand getting up to the top hold.
It's like a pistol squat. And now our competitors are moving on to M4. Yep. So this one is just like a bunch of volumes.
Yeah, I'm a little bit scared for the start of this one. There are no holds whatsoever on the two volumes that you start on. Um, and then the intended beta is to paddle to the next two holds. I was able to hold if you can see the second volume on the blue part. It's pretty positive. So if you can get through the paddle, I think you'll be able to keep it in. But the problem is controlling the swing when your feet let go of that first hold that Migo's holding right now.
Gotcha. So paddle up to the third and then pinch those two white holds really hard and just control the swing.
Yeah, because you only have one hand to do it with. The other hand is basically nothing.
Yeah, this is yeah, all they used all the volumes here, I think. All the volumes of that shape. So yeah, I think this is the last problem that our climbers are looking at. Then they go back into isolation, and we kick this whole thing off. Um, so yeah, we have the list of the order they're coming out later, and yeah, later the first climber coming out will be Ponchai. So all these climbers, Drew, you're probably very familiar with, right? You've climbed with them at one point.
Yeah, definitely Ponchai has been on the national team for a couple of years already. He's a very chill guy when he gets to the gym. You wouldn't think he was one of the strongest climbers in the Philippines by how he conducts himself. But when he gets on the wall, he's often able to, especially during competitions, he's often able to pull out like a clutch move.
Yeah, he has like a kill switch. Ponchai looks like super chill, unassuming, very thin, doesn't look like super jacked, but when he's on the wall, he's like, wow, everyone fell there. Why is he still like up there and
Yeah,
he's
like,
going to the next
where
move?
did that come from?
All right, we have I think last minute preparations before we start at M1. So we have in our lineup we have two climbers or actually three climbers that are not regulars in the comp scene. So we have Migo Azupardo, Nino Tabanao, and actually Iso Garrido, who's manager here at Beehive. Migo is, I think, a protege of Mio, if I'm not mistaken. Mio Gomez, right?
Yeah, Migo started out climbing in Power Up Tandangsora, and then he was just this little kid who would follow us around and ask us to make problems for him. And then eventually, like, he just got taller and taller and taller, and now he's the same height as me, and he has a longer
What?
span than me. Yeah, yeah.
I didn't even know that he was the same height as you. All right, so we have Ponchai out on M1. All right, he just started it without a problem.
Yeah, so the trick here, I think, is to, when you grab that right hand that Poncha is going for, you have to simultaneously put your right foot up onto the next volume, and that's how you stop the swing. Interesting thing about Ponchai, he's half Thai. So I think he's also qualified to compete in the Thai Nationals. I think he went there for like a year, he tried to compete for one of the seasons over
Wow,
there.
that's really awesome. The gyms in Thailand are also pretty interesting. They've been opening a couple of like new big bouldering gyms there, like Stone Goat climbing.
Yeah, I've heard. That's really exciting. I hope they come here too.
So let's see if Ponchai can figure out a way to get to the zone.
Oh, nice! So there's that right foot that helps him establish. And he's gonna try to teeter over to the right side. Another deceptive thing I notice about this problem is once you get to the top hold, I don't think you can stabilize just from standing on that foothold where Ponchai is right now. I think you're gonna have to put your feet up in order to get the top. Yeah.
So you have to stop stepping on the blue hold on the
Yeah.
bottom of the volume and step on the volume?
And no, and maybe smear on the wall or something. Yeah. I think the foothold is too far to stabilize on the last hold, which is what you need to do in order to get the top.
Gotcha. So it's a tricky move. It's not over yet once you get the zone. Does that kind of move psych you out? I mean, the last two holds are on like the beam. Does that kind of climbing usually psych you out if you're a competitor there?
Yeah, I don't think we've ever done that in this gym, like to have a hold like that. So I'm curious to see who can adjust to it. Of course, there's a bit of a home court advantage if you know the wall angles, if you know the holds like the back of your hand.
Yeah, I've been mentioning to the audience when you climb that I see you here trying the coordination problems. And that's because you need familiarity. No matter how strong you are, you need familiarity with the holds, right?
Yeah, definitely. And actually, that was my greatest weakness for a long time. So I had to come here to learn what all these kids are learning, to be able to catch up with them.
Yeah, the skate style moves, I believe they call them for the Gen Zs.
Skate style, parkour, yeah.
Ooh.
Interesting that Ponchai is trying to swing his heel all the way up over the hold. I saw the Malaysian setter Gyak do it, and then he just actually stepped on the side of the hold, so you don't really have to jump. Yeah, like that. Like that.
Very nicely done by Ponchai. Rocks up that hold, and he just needs to stabilize. He gets it! Ponchai Ditay Song with the first stop in this competition. The crowd at Beehive going wild here. Ponchai Ditay song showing us how it's done.
I guess I was wrong about the last hold.
Yeah, he just had to commit. I mean, he had his foot on the lower blue hold and it's like, whoop!
So here comes Migo. Of course, this is his home gym. Well, he's a staff and he root sets here, so this should be pretty interesting.
Oh, big fall by Migo, but he's all right.
Yeah, went a little too strong on that one.
I think that's the tricky thing about these dynamic moves. There's like a sweet spot. You can't go at it with too little force or too much intent, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I learned by climbing here so much. Sometimes you think if you pull harder, then you'll do better, but that's not always the case.
You have to find like just the right amount of force.
And the right angle to launch from. And the planning of the landing is also very important.
So Migo went from too strong, I guess, to too weak this time.
Maybe. I hope this next one is just right. Very nice. Two-hand catch by Migo. I was talking to Migo before this round, and I told him that the first time I saw him climb after the pandemic, I told myself na wala na, Migo's stronger than me. And I hope it gave him some encouragement, but it's really true. I really think he's a lot stronger than me.
Whoa, amazing! And another top for M1. Migo Azupardo showing us that age doesn't matter. And now for our dark horse of the tournament, Nino Tabanao, all the way from Japan. So Nino moved to Japan when he was around 9, and he's actually been in Japan for around maybe 17 years, I think. But he only started climbing last year, so it kind of blows my brains how he can be here competing in the open category and the finals nonetheless.
Yeah, it's interesting. I've never actually seen him climb because he's always climbed before me in the order. So, but I keep hearing that he's so strong. And funny story, I was talking to him earlier. I was trying to get to know him a little. I kept talking to him in English, and then after a while, he answered me in Tagalog.
Oh, almost gets it. He's actually from Davao originally, so I think Bisaya is his preferred. Bisaya and Japanese, very fluent as well in Japanese.
Yeah, you could hear a bit of the Davaoeño twang in his Tagalog accent. Yeah.
Gets the jump, he gets the foot right on the hold, and now he just has to lean to the right and commit, but it is pretty scary. And he gets it, commits to it.
Were discussing earlier on. I kind of overheard them, and I thought, if I'm not mistaken, they said that this would be maybe the hardest problem of the set. So it's interesting that they're really all topping it from.
Wow, then most all of the climbers so far have topped it, and that's the hardest problem. So it's gonna be a matter of, I don't know, who can flash everything.
Yeah. And at the same time, this makes it kind of like the gateway problem. If you can't finish it, then you really put yourself at a disadvantage, being one of the harder problems.
Iso Garrido. Oh, very dynamic climber. I think one thing that characterizes Iso's style is like just raw power when you watch him, like a beast on the wall.
Yeah, Iso is definitely obsessed with climbing. It's like it's all over his Instagram. He goes to all of the different gyms. I've seen him work problems like day after day after day just to get the engrams, and then when he finally solves it, like he posts about how he was able to get it. So he's really analytical. It's very important for a climber to have that kind of mind.
Yeah, definitely. During Asian Cup, he was one of the co-hosts or the guest hosts here, and I would say I would classify him as a climbing nerd.
Interesting.
He sticks the foot on the volume, on the hold, on the blue hold, under the volume, and he's trying to rock over to finish this problem.
Funny, sir.
And another top for M1 for Iso Garrido. Crowd is going wild.
So I was saying earlier, it was interesting. Iso did the jump a little differently from everybody else. He did it from the right side when the others were jumping from both holds. So it might be his experience with his familiarity with the holds and the wall coming in.
Yeah, definitely a home court advantage of essentially living in Beehive. Now we have John Veloria out. One of also the crowd favorites. I think everyone here is a crowd favorite, but Puss has been quite a hallmark in the climbing scene here. He's been coaching a lot of people, including myself, and competing in almost all of the competitions locally.
Yeah, interestingly, I heard earlier that this is his first national finals. So you wouldn't think so, just by how strong he is. You'd think that he always gets into the finals, but if I'm not mistaken, I think this is his first final.
It's a very interesting fact. I wouldn't have guessed because he's crazy. He finished Lancelot, right?
Yeah, Lancelot is a problem in where's that?
Ambong Dolan.
Yeah, La Trinidad, where it's one of the hardest boulder problems in the Philippines outdoors.
Yeah, around V10, V11, I believe. Migo also finished that recently. So Puss is one of the more dynamic climbers. I think that characterizes his style. Um, I think it's to complement his body type. He's a bit shorter compared to the other competitors, but he's very springy.
Yeah, not only is Puss dynamic himself, but he's bringing that style to the Philippines because he's also a route setter. He started route setting, I think, in Fora and CCM. Oh, wow.
Easy top for John Veloria.
And then I heard he's being considered to be the route setter, the head setter here at Beehive. So.
Oh, Puss, really? And now we have Iman Mora from CDO coming out. How would you characterize Iman's style?
I really don't know how he does it sometimes, Iman. He's just really good at body positioning. Sometimes he says that he's not that strong, and then he always seems amazed at other people's strength, like physical pulling power. But he himself, I think, his main advantage is he knows how to position his body in the right way.
Very good body awareness.
Yeah.
As one of the strongest boulders in the Philippines, he's quite a meek and chill guy.
Yeah, that happens a lot with climbers, I think. I don't know, maybe we're conserving our energy or something all the time.
Yeah, I guess climbing is all about energy efficiency, especially if you're doing like lead outdoors, right?
Yeah, you definitely have to think about how to conserve your energy, how to get the most out of each attempt. And then sometimes climbers will let the clock run down just to get the most savings out of their, I guess the most out of their forearms before they try again.
Yeah, there's a lot going on when you're in a climbing comp, and one of them is energy management, right?
Yeah, definitely.
He sticks the dyno, the coordination dyno, and a very easy top also for Iman Mora. Took a bit of time to get the dyno, but he made it.
Yeah, and if you notice towards the end, uh, he was very confident in going to the right. That's also characteristic of Iman. Like when he knows he has it, he doesn't hesitate, and then he gets it most of the time.
Yeah, one thing you have to be as a climber is like mentally strong, right? Like not scared. Oh, I might like break my neck or my arm or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's something that you have to be able to shut off your worries. You have to shut off your emergency button and then try to climb
On M2, we now have Ponchai Ditaisong on this red problem. Oh wow, it's full of like these stalactite volumes. What can you say about this, Drew?
through. Okay, well, this particular problem, there's actually a hold underneath that big stalactite that you can't see. It's pretty positive. It's gonna be a bit burly. This one, you're gonna have to wrestle with the volumes. It's pretty three-dimensional. And
Wow, that's like a heavy shouldery move.
oh, that's surprising. I didn't think that was gonna be that hard to get through that.
What does the hold under look like? Is it a jog or a sloper?
It's a big sloper with a nice in cut. Not juggy, but nice enough, good enough at that angle. Yeah.
Right. All these red holds are dual texture holds though, so I think these specific ones, most of them have two sides that have friction, and the rest are the middle parts are kind of like waxy.
Yeah, the shiny parts are usually useless. Just can't use them. So the way that I read this problem is to go left first, and then you get the undercling at the bottom, because just like that, you're gonna get stuck.
Yeah, it's a bit too heavy to kind of go straight for the big stalactite from there.
And otherwise, that foothold on the left, it's not that useful just as a foothold. So I think that's how the root setters wanted it to go. Of course, I'm not saying it can't be done the way that Ponchai is doing it, but that I would bet on the left route.
Yeah, it seems more efficient. I think one of the things that me and the other commentators notice when you climb is you barely look like you're like exerting 110% energy when you're on the wall. You look kind of chill doing hard moves.
Well, I think that's part of your composure. Wow, nice split from Ponchai there. And yeah, like I was saying, you can't just grip everything to death. If you do, you're just gonna get tired, and then you're not gonna be able to move forward. So you really have to control. Even if you can control your heart rate, you have to control your heart rate. You have to control which muscles have to be relaxed and which ones have to be tense. And then that's something that you can really only learn when you're on the wall.
I take it that inspiration for that kind of attitude comes more from lead climbing, right?
Well, I think bouldering recently, the new styles of bouldering. Oh, there he goes to the left. And it was a little bit easier, yeah. The new style of bouldering also calls for that kind of mentality.
Ooh, shoulder. I think he's pulled something in his neck, but he seems okay.
Yeah, he was rubbing his neck a little bit over there. Yeah. Am I allowed to cheer? I want to cheer for him.
Yeah, you can. Ale Ponchai!
Nice! Come on, Ponchai!
Ponchai with that very heavy mantle move. Ow! It looks like it really hurts the shoulder, but He has very strong shoulders. Wow! Well, he gets the zone.
Zone, yeah. If you can see, Migo's arm has some tape on it. It's on his shoulder. So this might be a difficult problem for him, I think.
Is the oh, but it's on his right. Wasn't Ponche pressing with his left?
Yeah, but also he's gonna have to press down with his right. So we'll see. But I hope it doesn't bother him too much. There. Ooh.
Wow, straight for the dino.
If you notice, Migo stepped on the wall on the side. So that's part of the wall awareness that he has just from climbing here all the time, maybe, and just from being in the moment, knowing what to do.
Yeah, definitely an advantage. Vigo on his second attempt.
Come on, Migo.
Super dynamic double-handed catch right there. And just like that, he gets the zone.
I think that was what, second or third attempt?
Yeah, I think second attempt.
Very good.
The crowd is going wild. Migo is making this look easy. Let's go, Migo.
So Migo's gonna wanna shift his weight off of that, right? Yeah, there you go for the cut loose. Yeah. And now he needs to put it up somewhere. Interesting choice.
Very high heel.
Very, very high heel. Come on, Migo. Yeah!
Oh my gosh, a top for Migo Azucardo.
So that was an awesome display of just full hard strength for Migo. And flexibility, of course.
Yeah, that high heel was like, wow, really high.
Yeah, I didn't even consider that. I never even thought of that. Yeah. So here comes Nino. I think, based on what I've heard, this might be more his style.
What style did you hear he has?
Well, I heard that in the green problem yesterday, he didn't have to do a bat hang because he was just so strong that he could just climb through it. So, and this is actually the same area where the green problem was. So the wall angle is the same. So maybe he'll be able. Oh, that's the beta I was thinking of.
More efficient. Amazing work here. He's not breaking a sweat.
Yeah, and remember, this is his first attempt.
Wow, this is the flash attempt. The crowd is going crazy.
Recovers from that. Imagine that. There, he finds the heel hook.
Really fighting for it now, wanting the send, wanting the flash. So crazy. That was a flash. A flash.
I don't know if you guys at home can hear the crowd, but it's going wild here.
everyone just going crazy. Everyone's drunk. Iso Garrido on the mats for M2.
This is turning out to be a very exciting round. Like every climb almost, the crowd is like really supporting all the climbers.
Same beta as Nino.
Oh,
No, not same. I take it back.
and you see Iso again rubs his shoulder, so I guess it's really hard on your shoulders this move.
Iso getting the undercling. The crowd is chanting Iso, Iso.
Nice, come on Iso. Let's see if Iso can find the same heel. It looks like he's going for it. He looks
Oh, he gets it.
another top from Iso.
And the crowd goes wild. Even the comments are going wild. Lots of people tuning in, watching watching this live stream.
I'm sure the route setters are getting a little nervous now that everybody's talking about.
John Veloria coming out and everyone's already cheering. The way you cheer, apparently the way you cheer for Puss is you have to say, it gives him energy, so everyone say,
Oh, I didn't know that one. That's the first time I heard that one.
I think they just started doing it this comp. Okay. Who's taking his time to read it? I think he's been hearing the crowd and he wants to give us a show.
Yeah, by this point, I think Puss knows that he has to get a flash. He's heard the crowd go wild already. And he's seen the climbers come back in very fast.
Wow.
Makes it look easy.
No sweat. First try.
Puss, interestingly, there, he finds the heel. Yeah.
Oh, a flash!
And casual as you like, he just looks back at the judges to make sure that he gets the top.
Iman Mora is up next. Let's see how he responds to all the pressure of all this.
He's definitely on for Iman. I think he's feeling it too. You can see the expression on his face. He looks-
Yeah, during the semifinals, you were the last one, so you got all this pressure, and he's feeling it now.
Yeah, I think I had that exact expression on my face yesterday. Yeah. But definitely Iman is here for a reason, so let's see what he has.
Oh, very nice. He takes the stalactite. Takes the zone, no problem. Oh, and a toe hook.
Looks like he doesn't like that move. Going for a heel. Oh, that's tough. Iman is very influential in the CDO climbing scene. Yeah, he and his sister Leah, they put up a series of competitions just to get the community going again in CDO, and they came out pretty successful. They started growing and growing, and now they have a lot of outdoor areas that they're developing as well. And they've given a lot. They've given so much to the climbing community in CDO and in the Philippines in general.
Yeah, they have a new crag near the airport, if I'm not mistaken.
It's actually an old track, but they put up a lot of new routes, and they discovered a new bouldering area in that track. So it used to be like these very short, uh, kind of easy routes. So now that they're a little stronger, I guess they started to develop harder routes and more boulder problems.
Yeah, this is Lagindingan, right?
Lagindingan, yeah.
Let's see how Iman here deals with the pressure. Nice. Ale Iman!
Looks a lot more comfortable this time. Gets the heel and the top.
And he gets it. Okay, I guess now the setters are sweating. It's like, oh, this one's, we made it too easy.
Yeah, my palms are sweaty as well. You know, I was fighting so hard to get to the finals yesterday, but I'm actually having a lot of fun in the commentary box as well.
Oh,
Watching them suffer.
I think the crowd gets a treat if you make it to finals or not, because they get you as a commentator or they get you up on the mats.
Yeah, that's true. And it's fun, you know, climbing is such a fun sport just to watch, even if you're not one of the competitors or anything. You just know, you kind of can see how they're feeling. There's so much emotion going on, and it's easier to understand it now than it was a couple of years ago with the new styles.
It is a great sport to love. Oh, I think this M3 might be the differentiator here. Of like someone gets a flash, it could mean a big difference in the scores. We've seen a lot of the climbers have trouble with the slab, so this might be the what separates the men from the boys.
So usually when there's a jump like that, it's what route setters often call a low percentage move. This one didn't seem to give Conchai much of a problem.
Oh, he's holding his shoulder.
Yeah. And then like I was saying earlier, it's kind of deceptive because the jump is a little easier than you think, and then the top is a little harder than you might have thought. You might underestimate it just from looking at it.
If it's a low percentage move, if you flash it, does that mean you're lucky or you're good?
I think it's always a combination of both. Definitely luck has been on my side a lot during competitions. But you also have to know what to do with it. Like I was saying with Iman earlier, like you have to not hesitate. You have to know when to go, or you have to know when you have to reset yourself. And it's something that can only come with competition.
With experience.
Conchai taking a bad fall there. He looks okay. So,
Someone's commenting you should put the mic closer.
Oh, sorry.
It might be a bit low.
It's also because our voices are so strained from shouting.
Yeah, we barely have enough voice left. Ale Ponchai, Ale. Let's see if we can get to the pistol squat part that Drew was talking about a while ago.
So he has to do a very hard press.
Yeah, those moves are also very taxing on the wrist, right?
Yeah, definitely. If you see a lot of the climbers have tape on their wrists, a lot of the climbers have tweaky wrists, maybe TFCC or some other pressing problems with her. Yeah. Ponchai also has a brace on his right knee, so I'm a little afraid for when he doesn't catch the right hold and then he has to land on his right knee.
Yeah, he said it's an LCL injury. So,
Yeah.
but that's not stopping Ponchai. Let's go, Ponchai.
So here comes the press again. Ooh.
Getting a bit frustrated. You can hear him sigh.
This should be Ponchai's last attempt. I think I heard the chime earlier that signifies the last minute. Come on, Ponchai.
Oh, he's still holding his shoulder, but very like a valiant attempt from Ponchai. I think his shoulder is really bugging him. Next we have Migo Azupardo coming out try M3.
Migo should be very familiar with these holds since he also sets here. So maybe the top won't be as much as a surprise for him. Ooh.
Not quite getting that dyno there.
Migo decides to start cross-legged. Oh, doesn't work out
That
for him.
counts as an attempt. Ooh, Miko having trouble with the dyno here. What do you think he should be doing to latch that?
Well, I think he has to maybe trust his feet a little bit more. There's a little jib on the one on the right, the foothold on the right. Maybe he's not maximizing the use of it.
Oh yeah, you're right. I saw his foot slip off.
And by now, yeah, I was just gonna say that they should brush it because it's getting some rubber on it. Shoe rubber.
Lots of cheers here for Migo Azupardo. Oh, almost gets it.
Migo looking a little nervous. Time counting down.
Yeah, I think there's too much force going to the right that's making him pop off that sloper.
Yeah, also interestingly, he's trying to get it with two hands, which means he's trying to get his body closer. But I think it's actually positive enough that he can just get it with one hand. So if he would just try to get it with one hand, then he could get that one hand maybe to a better place. But right now, if he's trying to shift his body so that both hands touch the hole, he's coming up short.
It's counterintuitive to kind of rely on one hand for a sloper like that, right?
Yeah, but I was actually able to hold this one, and it's actually pretty good. But of course, I can't say during competition the conditions and everything, all the moisture in the atmosphere from the people cheering and everything. It might be worse now than it was before.
That's true, that's true. Also might be the nerves. Ooh!
I think that was his best attempt yet.
crowd is cheering him on because he has a bit of time left and they really want to see him. And he gets it!
See if he can at least get the zone. That's not going to be counted until he moves forward from the zone. Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, that zone hold is, well, actually, we haven't seen anyone get their foot properly on the second hold yet.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure if they gave it to Ponchai, but it didn't look like he used it to progress, so maybe they didn't award it to him.
Let me check the scoreboards. Maybe they have it updated.
Men's 3, so yeah,
He
it
has
looks
three
like,
zones,
yeah.
so they awarded the zone to Ponchai, Ditai zone.
Oh, that's good.
Now we have our dark horse, and knowing Japan, if he climbs in Japan, he probably climbs a lot of slab.
Yeah, slab is a relatively new thing here in the Philippines. It's just like we didn't have the wall angles. We just simply didn't have the facilities to work on it before. So I can definitely say it's one of our weaknesses as a community.
Yeah, like the first rock climbing gym here, Tandang Sor, doesn't even have a slab. Wait, it does,
The new
right?
Boulder wall does have a slab, but that's fairly recent, like within the last 5 years or something.
Nino taking his time here. I think he really wants a flash.
Ooh.
Ooh, skates off that foothold that was giving Migo a problem. It's probably a really bad foothold.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried for their faces because it's a slab. They might like end up scraping the side of their face off of the wall.
The cheese grater.
Let's see if Nino tries something new this time.
Oh, he's having trouble here.
Yeah, it looks like maybe he thinks that the jump is a little too big for him, so he's trying to find another way to do it. Something that's not as obvious. Even changing foot on the first foothold. It's funny also, like after all those big burly moves and all the struggling that you have to do with all of your muscles, suddenly you have to change gears when you climb a slab, and you kind of have to relax a little bit more. If they were to overgrip that first hold, it would be so much. It would cause them to fall off a lot more easily.
I think that's part of the mind games that setters can play with climbers, right?
Yeah, definitely that comes into play when the setters are deciding which problems to go where in the sequence. Yeah.
Nino is still trying to get to that second hold. Oh, and slaps it with the left. You could hear that slap. That was a very strong slap.
Yeah, it looks like he's getting a little bit desperate. Let's hope that he finds a way through it.
Wow, I think this is a very surprising change from what we've seen from Nino.
Nino definitely one of the shorter climbers, I have to say.
Does that mean he needs to jump a bit? Yeah, it means he needs to jump a bit
Yeah,
more, right?
definitely does mean that. Going with an undercling, interesting. Oh, it looks like his foot just keeps slipping off of that jib on the first foothold.
How do you get your foot to be more stable on a jib as small as that?
Well, it's a little bit of a catch-22 where you have to put as much force as you can on the hold in order for the friction to stick. But at the same time, it's scary to do that because if it does slip, then you put yourself in an awkward position.
You could like injure your foot or ankle.
Yeah, it's a little counterintuitive. Like you really have to bear down on the foothold and trust it, but it's so unstable. It's so tweak. It's so unstable. Yeah.
And here we have Iso Garrido on the wall, M3. This could actually, ooh, same foothold, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think after this we need to set a lot more problems on the slab.
Yeah. Like I said, this slab always gives people problems during competitions.
Maybe someone should make a competition where everything is just slabs.
You could call it the slab fest.
The slab fest.
Ooh, another slip from that foothold. There he goes. That's a smart move. He told the brushers to brush the foothold. I actually went so far as to clean my shoes right before the competition.
That's
Just so
smart.
that they're like extra fresh, you know.
Iso trying hard. Gam, oh!
Looks like Iso's gonna change his shoes. Hopefully he has a softer shoe in his bag, and that'll help him stick better to the problematic hole.
Iso needs to trust that foothold and almost gets it.
Looks like he's having a little better luck with that shoe. Ooh, very, very, very close.
The crowd is shouting Isopa, which is one more with Iso's name.
Yeah, Filipinos love our puns.
We're a puntastic race.
Come on, Iso.
I think the setters are chilling out a bit more now.
Yeah, I think this is definitely one of those routes that will separate them in terms of placing. Iso, interestingly, trying to jump from one foot. I don't see him using his left foot on the left volume. I think that's how he's able to put more weight on the right foot by just not using the left foot.
Oh, really trying hard.
So a few seconds ago, we heard the chime for the last minute. This will be maybe the last few tries of Iso. With a problem like this, because you don't really stay on the wall for that long when you're attempting to get that crucial hold, it's tempting to just keep going and going and going, but you don't realize you're actually getting tired.
It'll come and bite you later when you get on M4.
Exactly.
Brave try by Iso. Really good attempts, but wow, that slab is just spitting people out. Now we have John Beloria. Let's see if he can master the slab.
Yeah, I think this one is one of Puss's strengths. Both the jump and the press down, and then the awkward movement going up. He's very competent in those skills. And right away, he tells the brushers to brush the first foothold.
Very smart move.
So here's Puss's first attempt. Ooh, falls a little short.
So someone in the comments is asking is if there's a proper timer in place. Yes, there is a proper timer, but we just can't project it on screen. Uh, sorry, we're working with a much lower budget than we had during Asian Cup, so we're doing the best we can. But we do have a Super Mario sound when the timer is running out. But rest assured that we're very strict with time. Don't worry.
So we're prioritizing the climbers when it comes to the timer. So even the commentators can't see it, but rest assured that the climbers can see it. If anyone would like to donate a timer for us, I mean, that would be great.
Yeah, please send it to Beehive, Circuit Makati, or any gym in the Philippines. Is Push changing his shoes right now? I think he's using a different shoe for his right foot.
Yeah, it looks like he's wearing different shoes on different feet. Yeah.
What shoe is? Can you identify his shoe?
I don't know the specific model, but the right one looks like a Tenaya, and the left is 510, maybe an Alien. Oh,
They're brushing the holds. I think it's smart that he's having them brush the holds between attempts.
and it looks like he changed his other shoe back to the blue shoe because he decided to go with his left foot on the right foothold. So that was the chime that we were talking about, the 1 minute chime. You might have heard it.
Yep, so he has a couple of attempts left, trying a different start this time. No zones yet for this M3. Oh, actually, Ponchai might have. So, correction, my bad. Ponchai D Taisong was awarded the zone for M3. Great attempt by Puss, but oh my gosh, this lab is just not going.
Unfortunately, Ponchai is also the only one who did not top men's two. So even if he got the zone here, he's still in last place right now.
Yeah, right now, temporary results. John Viloria still in the lead, but actually, maybe before announcing the scores, we'll wait for everyone to finish M3. Eamon's our last climber for M3, and let's see how he deals with this. Oh, wow!
No problem at all for Iman.
Zone in the first try?
So after a big jump like that, excuse me, your adrenaline is really going, and then you're tempted to just keep the momentum going. But sometimes you have to relax also in order to get the next move right.
Climbing is kind of like switching between modes, right? Like you flip the switch on, try really hard, and switch the flip the switch off and be chill.
And calling for the crowd for support from the crowd. And makes it look easy once again. Iman going for a heel instead of the double mantle that Ponchai did. And it looks like so close, so close.
Iman Mora, the farthest we've seen anyone get. Oh my god! Iman Mora sends him!
By the very tips of his fingernails.
Iman Mora showing us why he is a cut above the rest. Iman Mora catapults himself to first place.
So this puts Iman in a very good position, having been the only one to top this problem. Unless he, well, I don't want to jinx it, but he's in a very good position.
Yeah, he's at 3 tops and 3 zones, so his score is a bit hard to beat right now. So now we get to M4. So Drew, this is the one that you were telling us it's a paddle.
Yeah, I think the hardest move is going to be the very first move.
Ponchai with his game face on.
Ooh, interesting. Ponchai opting to try to do the first move statically before coming out with the swing out. So I was looking at this problem earlier. There, like I said, absolutely no holds on the first 2 volumes. So they're hooking their feet on nothing and they're holding on with their hands on nothing. Oh, and that's exactly the move that they were going for. The swing out.
Yeah, lots of people cheering on from the comments. We have 172 viewers of the stream. Ponchai giving it another shot. I wonder if he'll try it. Oh, still doing it statically.
I noticed Ponchai also has some tape on his pinky. So not only is that worrisome because it might be an injury, but also because whenever you tape a finger like that, if you're forced to tape your finger, it just removes some of the friction from your hands. The tape is never going to be as sticky as your hands. A little bit of a disadvantage for Ponchai.
There's a lot of tape everywhere.
Yeah, let's hope he can put himself back together after this comp.
Ooh, wow.
I think he has to get the thumb catch exactly right before he can control the swing.
It's funny how the setters a while ago said that M1 would be hard and then 3 would probably be not too hard.
Yeah, but I just overheard that. They didn't actually tell me that, so I might have just, I don't know, I might have gotten it wrong.
Wow, that swing is very hard to control.
And you also have to remember, by this point, they've been climbing for like the better part of an hour, so they must be tired too.
If you do the paddle move, does that reduce the amount of swing you need to control when you get the pinch?
I think the way that Ponchai is doing it, not necessarily. The paddle move will be a little harder to control the direction also. And you have to cut your feet off earlier. doing this way is it's very hard on your core.
Oh, Bonchai calling it a day. I think he's really given it everything. You can see by all the tape in his body. The dude needs to rest. Migo Azupardo on the mats, looking determined. Let's see if he does the same static start.
Static also, yeah. Ooh, going with the left hand, and it looks like there's a technical problem with the hold. It spun.
Did it rotate?
Yeah, it rotated to the left a little bit. So there's probably gonna be a technical break.
I guess they didn't put the stopper or the screw broke for the stopper on that tiny jib. So we're gonna take a quick break, I think, while the root setters fix this. So Drew, if you wanted to climb this right now with what you've seen, would you change the beta that you initially told me, which was you think you'd paddle the start?
Well, if I could reach it the way that they're reaching it, I think I would also try to do it that way. Yeah.
Yeah, Amigo has a positive ape index, and you mentioned he was a bit taller than you now.
Well, he's the same height as me, but his wingspan is like maybe an inch or more longer than mine. It's also interesting that Migo tried to get the jibs with his left hand instead of the right. So let's see how that works out for him.
Yeah, he's planning to go use his right hand and skip the zone. I don't know what he's thinking.
Well, he probably thinks that he can match that. I think it's good enough to match. Yeah.
And during this time, the timer was stopped. And I think they will resume it once the hold is fixed and Migo gets back on the mats. So just a quick look at the scorecards. So nothing's final, but we have in first place Iman Mora with 3 tops and 3 zones. John Viloria in second with 2 tops and 2 zones. Iso and Nino and Migo with the same, but the difference is in their attempts to top. So it's a very close, actually it's a very close fight between Iso Garrido and Nino Tabanao. So let's see how it plays out because they're essentially tied.
So it looks like Migo is discussing with the officials, something with the officials. In cases like this where there's a technical problem, usually if there's less than 2 minutes left on the clock, then they have to give the climber at least 2 minutes to continue their attempt. But if it's more than 2 minutes, I think they just continue the clock where it left off.
So if you're really lucky and you have like 5 seconds and there's a technical error, you get 2 minutes again?
Yeah, that's basically the breaks of the game. That's actually what happened in the Inter women's competition earlier today. One of the climbers had a technical issue.
All right, Migos back on the wall.
Migo going for the static route. Oh, and goes for the left hand again. Would you know if Migo is left-handed or right-handed?
Actually, very good question. But no, actually, don't. He might be left-handed.
because the position of the hold and the way that they're pointing looks like you should really try to get it with your right hand. So
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like it doesn't look ergonomically nice to hold with your left. But Migo doing interesting feet first beta here. I don't know if he can pull off like a 360 at this point. Wow, look at that. Wow, he does pull it off.
but unfortunately ends up at the same position.
He just went around. He was just showboating, showing us how strong he was.
You know, it could also be like an injury thing that's making Migo favor his left hand. I noticed there's tape on both of his wrists.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Not sure why Migo is opting to go this route. Maybe he thinks he can bat hang and then come back up. Ooh, yeah, looks like. Interestingly, also the sidewall on the left has no black tape on it, so it's free range for Migo to use if he notices that.
Oh, that's a really good point. Oh, with the right this time.
Come on, Migo!
1 minute left on the clock. Migo did his best, calling it a day.
Yeah, that's surprising. This being the very last problem of the very last event, you would think that he would go all out, but maybe he's just gassed and he can't do it anymore.
Maybe it might be his injury as well if he's injured.
Could be.
Next we have Nino Tabanao. So Nino really needs this one if he wants to podium.
So Nino, I think, waiting for the clock. There you go. Yeah.
Taking some time to read the route.
For those who don't know, when you come out from the back and from the isolation, you have 15 seconds to get yourself ready before turning around and looking at the route, and that's what Nino was doing. Looking strong so far, even shifting his position on those slopers. Ooh.
Wow, so strong.
Trying to find the best place. Ooh.
He tried to jump in his left, right? Not to the part of the volume with the jibs.
I don't know if that was intentional, but what I did notice is that he took one of his feet off before the other one. So I think that's because he's trying to avoid such a big swing. If you let go with both feet at the same time, they're both gonna pendulum out. And so the swing is bigger than just doing it 1 foot.
Nino having trouble as well starting this one. Gamba Nino, Gamba.
Yeah, even just that starting move is so taxing on the core. It's amazing that they can just do it over and over and over again. Ooh, trying to pogo.
Wow, he just like he hit the floor in a sitting position.
So Nino you're trying to execute a move called the pogo where you swing out your leg to make momentum, but you're not even actually stepping on anything. Watch his right leg there. Ooh.
Wow, I wonder if that's part of the intended beta as well.
It's crazy how these guys aren't resting.
I think it's like, all pedal to the metal because it's the last problem of the the last comp.
Yeah. But me, even if I tried to do that, I don't think I could.
It's, you have to be more strategic with your energy now.
Exactly, definitely. Ooh. He even overshot that one. I don't know why he's not able to get the hold.
Crowd is cheering him on. Nino, Nino.
So right now it looks like it's a problem of accuracy. He has enough power, he has enough momentum to get him there, but he's just not hitting the hold in the right spot.
I guess it's hard to see the hold from.
From that far down, yeah, exactly. Ooh.
Very good fight from Nino Tabanao here. Now Iso Garrido on the mats, and Iso and Nino are tied. So, if you're tied, you do a back, a check, yeah, a count back, right?
Yeah, so if there's a tie in this round, they're going to look back at the previous round to see who was higher in the rankings, and then the higher one will get the place.
Actually, so Iso looks like he has a higher ranking in the semi-finals.
Yeah, I think it was Iman, and then Migo Iso.
Oh, Iso could still get second place if he tops this or at least zones it.
Wow! The very first catch on that hold.
That was an interesting beta.
Oh, a little indecision from Isa right there. He gets the heel in and going for the foot. Come on, Iso.
Really good attempt there by Iso. The thing that he did differently was he mashed on the second hold. And he cut his feet, right? It was like Campos.
Yeah, I didn't actually see it. I was looking at the score, unfortunately, but I think maybe that's how he did it. I think on any other given climbing day, Iso would have no problem with that next section, but he must be tired from all of this weekend's climbing. Iso this time, because he knows that he can do the move, he's taking a rest, which is a smart move.
Here's how he did it.
like Isa's gonna run down the clock, try to conserve some energy. 1 minute left.
Iso getting the getting it again.
Another catch by Iso. So given the amount of time left, this is probably his last good attempt. Ooh, interesting. Iso power screaming through. Maybe looking for some support from the crowd. Come on, Iso! Come on, Iso! Ooh, I'm not sure if that counts, but if I were the judge, I would have given that to him.
Well, that locks him in, I think, at second place. Oh, sorry, that doesn't lock him in. Oh, yeah, not yet. Suppose he's still going to climb.
Turning out to be probably the most exciting round of the competition.
I think the setters just set this just right.
The women's was very exciting towards the end. Everything was decided on the last boulder, but this one, like, the energy is really different. I think at this point we just want to see anyone finish it.
That's true, that's true. We haven't seen anyone yet get the top.
Ooh!
What power!
So Puss also opted to do that one-legged pogo to the right. It shifts his momentum a little bit to the right, so it's not all going backwards. It looks like it's gonna work for him. I have my fingers crossed for him.
Puss going for it again. Can he
Very nice! Come on!
Beautiful latch by John Veloria, showing us why he is one of the strongest
Come on, Puss!
climbers in the Philippines.
Going for the heel on the jib. Very smart of Puss.
He gets the zone.
That's the zone. Looking for the top right now.
Wow! Puss gets the top. One more match. He just needs to match it.
Come on, Puss. Oh, unfortunately, I don't know if that's gonna count. So I would hate to be Iman right now in the back, listening to all these cheers.
The pressure is mounting for Iman Mora. Puss is gathering energy, saving up his energy for a send attempt. John Joseph Veloria in the house.
Yeah, usually at this point, climbers will wait till the 1 minute or 1:20 mark, depending on how fast the climb goes. And then that's when they give it their last try.
Alipus!
Let's hope he's not too tired to do it again. Okay,
John Veloria getting the zone again. Can he top this out this time?
he knows exactly what to do now. He just has to execute it. One hand. And he's gonna get the other.
He gets it! Amazing!
And the crowd goes wild.
That's crazy! Iman Mora is getting a run for his money because if he can't get a zone or a top here, John Veloria will be the national champion.
Yeah, because of attempts to top, that puts one attempt better than Iman. So Iman at least has to get a zone on this one.
Iman needs to show us why he is one of the strongest climbers because John Veloria just showed us why.
Opting to skip the second hold completely. You can see
Almost gets it, doing the same beta as Iso, I believe.
you can see the climbers earlier who are already finished discussing the beta, discussing what they did and what they could have done because they're so obsessed with the problem. Alien finds the catch. All he needs is this one zone and he's won the competition.
He gets the zone!
And he's moved forward. And we see a top of Iman Mora.
A top for Iman Mora! Cementing his position as the undisputed champion, national champion of the 2023 Bouldering Nationals. That's crazy. National champion Iman Mora.
And the crowd is going wild for this men's open final.
So excited.
Oh, so exciting.
Sorry.
My hands are so wet.
One gallon worth of Okay lang.
So you know you're excited to climb. Our hands here like are super sweaty. So Ika just came by the booth to give us high fives and we were like, sorry, your hands are super sweaty.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna need some chalk back here.
So right now everyone's coming out, I think, to take a picture. We might have some awarding and closing comments and I don't know what else, but stick around. Stick around, join us, to get the final results.
Saturday morning, sila Kuya Nikki, pero wala naman sila nakita. Ala si Art and all the crew to look for those Art. It's a blue tote bag. Saturday morning, it's the best here.
with Leia and friends. A round of applause for Inter Women's. The winners deserve, alright? Few moments to fix the prizes. Okay. Medals for Leia. Okay. Alright. In sixth place, may we call on Lorenzo Mirode. Luis, padanin nyo naman. Jump over the bench na lang. Very nice. Receive your prizes from Rami, Lawrence. Fifth place, we have Martin Heron. Fun fact, Randy actually also owns the Alien Dust Chalk. And he's also one of our root setters. Yeah, thank you so much, Martin. In fourth place, we have John Pancho. Ito ba siya? Is he still here? Wala na. Okay, lower service price. Third place, we have Idol Pizon. Congratulations. Please stand on our very cute podium. Thank you. In second place, please come to the stage, Cal Buscato. Napakalakas. Grabe. Yung combination. Very strong, very strong. Ito, handa na akong tawagin. Pero teka lang. Nice one, Kyle. Very strong. And of course, Master Showman, first place, Jaime Asturias! Grabe, nice one, guys. Jaime, come back to ikaw. Go lang. Round of applause for a very strong man on the stage. Ano ba Alright, let's move on to the Women's Open category. We'll skip over Jen, she's going home. In fifth place, we have Mick Tejares. Ate Mick, where are you at? Andito ka ba? Mick? Mick, baka naman. Ayan na. Mick, baka naman. Sorry. Ni-stop pa ba lang yung beaker mo?